you mean fake trash? How dare you call
That
Cora
is like
Jade fake trash?
that.
How dare you call Cora Jade fake trash? You real trash.
She's dressed as the trash bag right there. Okay, no, that's fake trash in that bag. Look at that. That just looks like someone was like, all right, make it look like trash. Put a paper plate and these fucking grandma cookies in there, and we'll be okay. We'll be okay, and people will believe it's trash because we're gonna take it out later. Just give me real trash. Give me red of cigarette butts, urine samples, a sock. There's always a sock in a trash can for some reason. Who knows?
Yeah, because the other sock's gone missing. That's why there's a sock in there.
Yeah. Oscar the Grouch should come out of this one. Everything. Throw it in the trash.
Did you say Oscar the Grouch or Asker the Grouch?
Both of them. Both of them live on Sesame Street. By the way, this is also the trash bag that Mickie James can pick up her stuff whenever she is done leaving WWE for the 20th time. Just saying.
Yeah.
What were your alternatives?
It was just this.
Oh, yeah. A concerned
Mandy like, who the fuck is that?
Well, I think she said Ric Flair is not having his last match.
I'm fighting an old woman this week. Next week.
Come on. She de-aged in this injury. Her knees may have got older, but she de-aged.
No, look at that face. Look at that face.
I like that Gigi Dolan is Googling who the hell is this? What the fuck?
I did take out JJ from this picture. But because I needed to zoom in on Mandy being like, what the fuck is going on? Because Gigi probably wasn't going to make this photo either.
Mandy, what the fuck is going on, huh? Gigi, I don't know. I lost my tag team times and they were throwing it in the trash. My fucking Cora Jade. She ruined our whole career.
And
there are no more tag teams in women's wrestling.
I didn't make any AEW. I didn't make any AEW ones because it hurt my soul to watch that a bit this week.
No, I plan on ranting on a lot of stuff today. Whether it's AEW and NXT, more in the AEW vein, and I don't care what heat I get anymore. I don't care. I just don't care. The show is wrong. Everything about that show is just wrong. Just wrong.
And we'll be back right after this.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm of course Lord Manny Hayes. He is
Marcus the grand finale. And Manny, this is something I should have brought up on that Raw's retro episode with the Choppy PP. I just feel like the way they were about to do that was wrong unless Val Venis was still erect as he was tied up and hung up there. I feel like that's the only way. I feel like in that case, if I'm being hung up and someone's going to chop off my penis, I would be as limp as anything anybody has ever seen me, and my penis would have shriveled up as a defense. Here, go in defensive mode.
Defense mode.
Defense mode. I just feel like unless you're fully erect, that's the only way that chop would have worked anyway. Because I feel like he would have had to hold it up and be like this instead. I'm just saying, I know this is late.
I want, so I'm imagining the balls clapping as if they were going, defense! Defense!
You ready to talk to the wrestling, Manny? It's so much to cover. Titles and trash cans. Ruby Riott is trash. She's the worst. I'm going to start the show with that. She's the worst character and the dumbest person in wrestling. The dumbest person. Yeah, she just looks like to be an absolute idiot every single week. So
100% agree. I don't understand the whole point of that, but let's Do you know what?
Why give her the key? Why give her the key? And I know we're jumping ahead on this. Why does she have the key?
Yeah, why give the key to someone with one arm, essentially?
Plan A, beat up Ruby Soho so we can get the key and have everybody in the shark cage come out.
No, but the main thing is all you have to do is beat her up. You didn't have to take the key because all of them seem to be able to fit through the bars.
Yeah, I know, because the key never worked. The key never worked.
That didn't make no sense.
I was like, wait a minute, they just went through the bars. I was the first person. Danny Garcia, I think, was the first one. Was like, we just fit through the bars. All you have to do is lower us, baby. You didn't even have to beat up. You didn't have to get the key.
I think this might have been the worst match in AEW for a very long time. That main event.
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. I've seen what's her face, Roderick Strong's wife, wrestle.
Oh no! I'm talking about main events. You main events, like they normally put decent main events. They normally have good match. Like I haven't left an AEW going, do you know what? I really hated everything that week. Well, I was very close this week.
Yeah, I was put in a really sour mood. I didn't think, to me the match was what it was. It was what it was. It was just really stupid. like I was okay with the match, and then the shenanigans started to happen, and then oh, shenanigans. And then it's just nonstop shenanigans, and then all this interference, everybody running out, and I was okay with it until all that stuff. It was like it was what it was, and then I guess Jericho got his comeuppance at the end. I think I'm supposed to cheer this. I think I'm supposed to be happy. The good guys won, but what it solidifies that this feud doesn't seem to be over. It doesn't seem to be over with this. It seems like we're going to continue this, whether it's the Blackpool Combat Club and Eddie Kingston working together to fight Jericho Association Society or whatever they call themselves.
I just didn't enjoy it. It felt very tacky. It felt very indie. I feel like there's no place for this anymore.
I thought it was a little ridiculous. I laughed, and it was fine. I laughed at the microphone being covered in barbed wire. I don't know why that he needed that.
I didn't need that. I already popped for the fact that he hit him in the head with the microphone, and then the sound it makes is like.
Manny's favorite thing. Comedy. Eddie Kingston's deciding to wrap his arms up, but instead in the match decides to take off his shirt, pull down his straps, and go bare chest and barbed wire after that. What's the point of protecting your arms? What's the point of protecting your arms? When they were Terry Funk keeps the shirt on.
Oh. But do you know what I don't also get? So, for the last few weeks, we've had gimmick Dynamite. So next week, this is the end of Fyter Fest. Well, the end of Fyter Fest will be Rampage. And then it'll be Fight of the Fallen next week.
Yeah, they've been doing this for years. The last few years, it's been the same.
It just space them out. Just space them out.
I don't even understand why every show has to be titled something. Just be a Dynamite. Just be a Dynamite. Be confident with your Dynamite. You had no competition with television this week. Be your Dynamite. There was nothing on against you. There was no sports. I think the ESPYs, they went against Cody in the ESPY Awards. Why the fuck does he get an ESPY Award?
Because he's Cody.
For his return at WrestleMania, really? They needed that reward. They needed to pay ESPN to give him that award. Get out of here with that bullshit.
It's for Cody. They need to get Cody out in public because he's doing nothing for them at the moment. So, Dynamite actually kicked off with Brody King versus Darby Allin. Brody King essentially just throws Darby around in and around the ring throughout the whole entire match. Darby had his moments, but wasn't enough. Brody, after the match, continues to attack to draw out Sting. Sting gets a miss from Malachi as the lights go out.
I don't know why it sounds like a news report, but it sounded like you were breaking news. Darby Allin gets his ass whooped for about 15 minutes. And then Sting comes out there and he proceeds to get his ass whooped. or stared down by Malachi. But I enjoyed this match, Manny, and thought this was a nice start to Dynamite. And I thought this is a great way to show an example of a little wrestler, somewhat smaller, versus a bigger wrestler, in which the bigger wrestler was completely dominant and destroyed him, but the little guy showed ingenuity and no regard to his own well-being and tried to beat him. But in the end, he died. And that's how Wardlow and Orange Cassidy should have been. I'm just saying that's the way that match should have gone compared to this, where this would make more sense.
Yeah, who would have thought the Road Dogg would be agreeing with you in 2022?
Fuck, I don't want to be on the side of the Road Dogg. He's an idiot.
But do you know what the funny thing about Kevin? So Kevin, well, I'll talk about it in NXT. So Miro comes out as well, and then Brody and Malachi have a stare down. Obviously, coming off the promo from last week, where he doesn't know if his God has chosen him to work with the House of Black or destroy the House of Black.
Yeah, he came out. I thought he was going to do something, but he kind of didn't. I guess there's intrigue there. I didn't really have much. I don't want him to join the House of Black. It doesn't seem like that makes sense at all. I don't want Miro to go face and fight against the House of Black.
If he joins the House of Black, I feel like it's a step backwards. It's a step back to him being the gamer again.
Yeah, and the fact that who's he going after? The interesting match is the Stang versus Malachi Black. That stare down was where it was at. I don't know where Miro fits into that. But overall, this segment was okay. I had no problems with this opening segment. It's just this segment.
I think it was fine. I just think like when you now add Miro to this mixture, it's just like everything's lost in some form of limbo. Like there's so much going on, and then it's like you can't start something new. You have to add someone to a pre-existing thing.
Yeah, have we even finished the Julia Hart joining the House of Black? Have we even finished what that was about? I think she did it, and it's done, and we've never heard from her or saw her again.
It's like the Varsity Blondes don't even care anymore.
Yeah, it's like, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. That's what they're saying. And they moved on to, I guess fighting dinosaurs.
Yeah. So the best friends face off against Wheeler Yuta and Moxley. I don't understand why the Blackpool Fight Club still come out separately.
Because
it's gone. It's gone on for years. It's gone on for months now. I don't understand why it's taking so long. The match, I believe, I wrote in the notes the match is fine, but not once did I believe the best friends were winning this match.
No. And they're trying to sell me that Trent and Yuta has this beef, I mean, they did technically on TV like 8 months ago or something, but don't give me this shit now. Just stay in one story, one time. If the best friends want to feud with Yuta and whatnot, let's go all in on it. Let's just not do a half-ass feud with it.
Yeah,
and then happens right now.
And then we move on to Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland.
This is the worst segment of the week.
It might just be because Keith Lee walks like a pregnant woman.
Oh.
And the segment was a complete waste of time. Kevin Gates hit Tony Nese in the face. I don't think he should ever wrestle again. If you get dropped like that by a musician, you should never be able. You shouldn't be allowed to wrestle ever again.
Pulled him by his chain, punched him in the chin, and that was the end of Tony Nese. Reminds me of when Hugh Jackman laid out. Was it Zack Ryder or Dolph Ziggler?
I think it may have been Dolph.
At least that was a sucker punch. This dude straight up looked him in the eye and punched him in the face. Then there was a caking in the face. I heard someone canceled their shows and read the rest of their schedule. That's the last time they got a pie in their face. And Tony Storm, I think Tony Storm got PTSD for watching this segment.
But I believe this is the second time this year Sterling got cake in the face.
Yeah. I think one was from Jay Cargill, right? Didn't she throw cake?
Cargill's like 20th celebration, or what? I think 20th celebration.
Well, Manny, this has to be one of the worst celebrations of all time. They came out there. There are 2 champagne glasses and a cake. How is that considered a celebration?
Well, it's your boy Swerve. He hasn't got a big budget.
And then
his music's trash. No one's buying it, so that was his budget.
Oh, tell me, Manny, when Tony Nese, ate cake for probably the first time in 20 years of his life or whatever it was, and tasted the cake.
That man probably hasn't had carb in years.
Yeah, so he tastes that cake. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that was a real cake. And then Keith Lee, I immediately went, y'all need to stop fucking with me. The same way we always do. Y'all need to stop fucking with me. That was my cake, damn it. That was my personal cake. I was going to eat that whole cake by myself. But they had nothing to say in this segment, and the celebration was useless. I felt like this was we were advertising Kevin Gates' album. That's pretty much it, and that he can lay a motherfucker out. It reminds me of that time when Flow Rider pushed Heath Slater. Everybody was upset about that.
No, the thing that needs to be explained more is when Kevin Owens powerbombed Machine Gun Kelly off the stage, and we never got any explanation as to why, other than Kevin Owens going, I don't like him.
Yeah. And I understand the sentiment, and Eminem said, yes, it's true. And Eminem himself destroyed Machine Gun Kelly and made him quit being a rapper at that point. Now he plays guitar.
Johnny Hungy does a segment with Butcher and the Blade. He gets his ass beat by giving him 2 shirts that say Butch.
What was this? What was this?
It did not make sense at all.
What was this?
The only positive was Johnny Hungy was wearing a Backstreet Boys shirt as he got his ass beat. Which I felt like he should have screamed, tell me why, as he was lying on the floor.
I didn't even notice the Backstreet Boys shirt. I would have said this segment was worth it for that, but no, I didn't notice that. I didn't understand why they do this. Why did the Butcher and the Blade do this? I didn't understand it.
No,
I mean, I understood why they beat their ass. But I didn't understand why I need to see this segment, because they didn't even announce a match for like next week, right? There was nothing that came from this.
Nothing really came from it. It'll probably turn out there's a match on Rampage or something on Friday.
Like dark elevation, or
they don't set up dark matches on Dynamite. At least I hope not. That'd be awful.
They advertise Pac first title defense. I don't know. Doing that.
Luchasaurus and Christian versus the Varsity Blondes. This match was over really quickly. Jungle Boy returns, and Luchasaurus looks to pick the Jungle Boy side, and then Jungle Boy runs his Christian out of the arena.
Manny, why?
I don't know.
Why did this happen? I didn't understand a single thing. Why? Damn it! Why? We had a good thing going with Christian sticking his dinosaur on people with no explanation. We had a full Charlie Haas visceral situation of why Luchasaurus came here. Luchasaurus comes out to some knockoff Kane music, and he's got full heel with full heel entrance. And I was like, oh man, he's one step closer to the edge, and he's about to break. I don't know why I'm Linkin Park right now, but why did all of a sudden he say, no, Christian, I'm turning on you. I'm siding with Jungle Boy. Didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. How did Dinosaur kill Jungle Boy? Why did Jungle Boy trust him?
Because he's Jungle Boy.
What about Marco? Which was the start of this? What is the plan? Luchasaurus for 3 weeks gonna do some heel shit and kill the Varsity Blondes and then beat them up again?
It could be a ruse, Marcus. It could be a ruse. It's Christian. It's Christian. Do you ever trust what Christian does? No.
Wait,
Christian's a smart man. I believe it's a ruse.
You're saying Christian is doing this ruse. What would be the benefit of doing this ruse, Manny? When at the start they could have just beat his ass. Christian had a chance to get his ass whooped. Christian's running away. Jungle Boy caught him. He caught him.
No, Marcus, you give Jungle Boy a false sense of security. You give the young'un a false sense of security, and then you destroy him. Christian's playing the long game, Marcus.
Yeah, I can destroy him now, Manny. It's not like Luchasaurus couldn't destroy him now. He is a dinosaur. He is a dinosaur. He can eat him. He can eat the Jungle Boy. I'm just saying they could have destroyed him now. Their benefit of waiting until later doesn't make sense to me. It did not make sense. If that's the plan, if that's the end game, that is stupid. He could have took him out right there. What is the sneak attack, the espionage, getting into Jungle Boy's head? And why would Jungle Boy fall for? Oh yeah, my friend has been doing evil heel shit. Now he's my friend again.
Because he's a boy. He's a boy.
What did the Varsity Blondes do to deserve these ass whoopings? Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, if this is all a ruse,
because Marcus,
shit.
because Griff Garrison looks like Jungle Boy, so therefore he had to destroy Griff Garrison, and then Christian was reminded that Brian Pillman Jr. his dad is dead, and then he had to destroy him again. Simba, he's coming for you next. Simba, run!
The dead dad clan. The dead dad clan. We attack all dead. We have a dead father. We will come after you. And then mention them for no reason.
He's coming after you next, Natty and Tamina. He's coming after you next, Natty and Tamina.
If Luchasaurus, if there's any other swerve in his decision to either turn heel or go face, I just don't feel. There's no logic behind it. Just have him fight him, and then bring out Big Show to help Jungle Boy or some shit. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense.
And then we move into Cole Carter, formerly Two Dimes, versus Ricky Starks.
Why did he get signed? Tony, what made you tune into NXT and you said, "Oh shit, Two Dimes was released"? Let me sign him right away. And you can't pay MJF, and you can't bring in all these other people who have slipped through the fingers of AEW or free agents and releases and all that. Two Dimes is the one you bring in. I know it's probably
Marcus, but two Dimes is probably getting paid by appearance.
I don't know. I think they're gonna announce Two Dimes is all elite in a matter of minutes.
Then he issues another challenge, which is answered by Danhausen, which he says he can't fight him next week. He's got to get his neck sorted out, so he'll fight him next week instead of tonight.
I'm really looking forward to that match. They should have been the tag team champs. Hobbs and Starks should be the tag team champs.
Yeah. FTR come out, didn't really say much other than they're going to take it to the Briscoes at Death Before Dishonor. And Dax is going to fight like a little girl.
I guess.
Because his daughter's hole in the heart was cured.
Hey. Dax is going. I mean, that's going to be an incredible match. I wish we would have got more time with that. I wish the Briscoes would have came on the stage. I wish FTR was my tag team champions. I wish we gave them all the gold because they were the only serious people on the show. They're the only ones that wanted to do pro wrestling today. Everybody else was drunk.
Jade Cargill and Kiera Hogan with Stokely and Jermaine Dupri. Where did they dig up Jermaine Dupri from?
I don't know, but they welcome to Atlanta. Like this, I swear to God, Tony Khan had the song "Welcome to Atlanta" come on. It was like, oh, Jermaine Dupri. Let me get this. Let me dig his ass up. I don't understand why that happened. That was the most random rapper they had. They had Westside Gunn, Jermaine Dupri, and Kevin Gates all on the same show. Neither one of them performed, and Jermaine Dupri did serve as nothing. And if I am Ember Moon, aka Athena, I am nowhere in this company. What am I doing?
They went off against Willow and Athena. Interestingly, Jade said something along the lines of, she is the bitch there is, the bitch there was, and the bitch there ever will be.
Yes.
I got to ask you a question, Marcus. I got to ask you a question. Whose crossover's better, Jade's or Lash Legends?
I think Jade got her. Lash Legends dribbling handles her. Just still an embarrassment. And when I saw her on the screen, I went, Lash Legend, I want you fired because this is, if you can't dribble at basketball, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But the play on the Bret Hartwood, great lie. It's why Jade is a star. She's a terrible wrestler. But
she's getting better. She's getting better. Do you know, at least out of the positives coming out of the AEW women's division, I think Jade is one of them. Like homegrown talent, I think Jade, you can say, you know what, she's getting better out of homegrown talent. They're making her seem like the star she looks like.
Okay, I can give you that. Shout out to Brian Danielson, I believe, who's working with Jade.
And Regal.
Yeah. I mean, if there were anybody I was gonna learn from, it'd be those two. That's good stuff. So, shout out to her. This match was for no reason though. Does the TBS title even count? Is it even being defended on TBS anymore?
This title needs to go somewhere. Like, all she's fighting is scrubs. This feud's been going on for 2 months, essentially, with Athena and Jade. And there's not once been a singles match, I don't think.
Yeah, no. Maybe we're saving that for All Out.
That is too long to go to All Out. All Out's what, September?
Maybe.
Yeah, All Out September. It's the day after Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, what else they got going for them? Save it then.
Yeah, so I did not really enjoy AEW this week. Like, maybe the first 2 matches were like okay to me. It's weird seeing little matches on this show. There was how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You know, it's just, again, I give Darby and Brody, you know, they tried to tell a story. Thunder Rosa cut a bad promo in between here, and I guess DMV
I ignored that.
showed up.
I ignored that. Do you know? Have you noticed Dynamite has been better without Britt Baker for a while? Like, we all just needed a cooling off period from her.
I don't know. We've gotten less Britt Baker, and I feel like the shows are getting worse. That women's
I feel like I would prefer to see more Britt Baker than over Thunder Rosa.
Agreed. Thunder Rosa, I don't even know what her promo was about or who it was on and why she was cutting it.
Yeah, it's very weak whenever she talks. It's very
and
weak.
This Thunderstorm tag team. Why are you forming a tag team unless you put? I mean, are you going to create a women's tag team titles?
Oh, please don't.
Oh, they are. Oh, yeah. I think by the end of the year, everybody's going to have a belt. It's going to be the trios belt. It's going to be the women's tag team titles. FTR is going to have like 30 belts in the field. Yeah.
The women's trios belts.
Jon Moxley's champ, CM Punk's champ. Everybody's going to be champ at the same time.
Yeah.
We're all winners. We're all winners. This show was terrible. If you thought it was harsh last week by giving them a C, I think that's what I did. Give them an F this week. Fuck you for wasting my time. Shout out to Darby and Brody King.
I'll give it a B. I'll give it a D. I'm not being harsh and giving it an F.
Oh, I'm harsh. I'm in a bad mood. And I think, you know, just people need to stop. Just stop.
You know what I never got?
This show.
Do you know when you do the letter grading system?
Yeah.
Why do they always skip out E?
No, E is for excellent. When I was a kid, the early grades were N's, E's, and slashes or something like that. Slashes were average. N's were not satisfactory because they didn't want to tell the kid they failed, I guess. And E's are excellent or excelled. So it's a young grading system in America right there. I got a bunch of N's because I was black and my teachers were racist.
You think that was it? I knew you were
no, they were also black. They were also black.
So I was having this discussion actually. Do you know there was a week where we were talking about something about Israel and Palestine or something like that, and we got it wrong at some point. We got it wrong at some point at the beginning. And I was like, there's things that I should be talking about, and then it's especially politics and newsworthy stuff because I don't watch the news that often.
Yeah.
Well, I was like,
there's no point. It's all bullshit anyway at this point. Everybody's picked their sides. I don't know how it is in the UK if there's honest news, but American news is trash. It's just a tornado. A tornado hits Kansas. Whose side was the tornado on? Was it a MAGA or was it a libtard? Find out today on news. Like what? Can I just figure out why there was a tornado or where or what's the weather? I just want to find the weather. January 6th. I just want the weather, okay? I need a traffic update, please. There was a shooting at a liquor store. Why did that happen? Because the liberals let people have their guns. Give teachers and kids guns. Or the other way. Or whatever. Abortion. That's why. That's why. No. Give me the news. Stop picking a side.
Let's move into NXT.
And that fits into wrestling too, goddammit. Fucking everybody's delusional.
We kick off with Cameron Grimes versus JD McDonough. Actually, a really good match between these two.
I know, Ronald McDonald and I don't know why every time I hear it, I want to say Ronald McDonald instead of JD McDonough. It's spelled nothing alike, but I just want to say Ronald McDonald had a match this week with Cameron Grimes. Although I believe if you watch Japanese wrestling, Ronald McDonald is out there and he's a weirdo. But this was a really good match.
Yeah, and it showed off that JD is going to be one of those people that actually focuses on attacking a body part and isolating it, as he later in the evening cut a promo when Braun Breaker was in the ring screaming.
that was not a promo. That was a presentation. I felt like I was in anatomy class or some shit. All of a sudden, it was like, this is a shoulder, okay? These tendons has 18, 20 different muscles. I can tear this one, this one, this one. Now, if you circle here, kids, now put this in your notebook. Circle here. If I tore that limit off, you will be useless. You will be useless. And Braun Breaker, who is not a scientist, who's anti-science, said, well, if you tore my limb off, I'll beat you with it. No, you wouldn't. You'll be in pain and you'll probably bleed out trying to hit somebody because the adrenaline would be high. Just saying.
He's not the guy, man. He's not the guy. I thought, you know what, when they first built him, I was like, he's the guy. There's a reason he did not stay on the main roster when he was doing loops with him when he first became NXT champion. There's a reason he's staying down there.
Man, my interpretation of the guy isn't that he was going to be the face of the WWE. My interpretation of the guy was that's who Vince McMahon plans on pushing as the guy. As in, this is the guy who's running the show on NXT, and then he's going to run, and then he's going to fight Roman, but the fans are going to reject him. This was his best promo he's did, even though it was just him yelling.
How was his promo just yelling?
It's him yelling. I was invested into this feud. I didn't care about him and Joe Gacy was doing whatever his father issues. He didn't know how to emote with that. Him just yelling works more than to JD.
That's only because he sounds like more. He's becoming more Scott Steiner than he is his father, Rick.
Yeah, he got his father's dog face and Scott Steiner's charisma. Well, Scott was better, more charismatic. So. To be continued. The heavyweight title scene in NXT is heating up.
Cora Jade says she took her best friend along for the ride, but when she found herself replaced by her best friend as the next big thing of NXT, she took actions upon herself. She blames Roxanne, but minutes after winning the titles, she wanted to cash in against Mandy. And all Cora wanted to do was make these titles relevant.
That was her plan. That was her move. Like, all right, we're going to make these relevant. But wouldn't it be relevant if the heavyweight champion also was the tag champion? I'm just saying, in kayfabe, that would make it the most relevant. And we double the relevant.
I don't know.
The champion will have it.
I know, but the champion will be... Yeah, the champion would be more distracted by singles routes. So
yeah, but Cora Jade, her decision to turn made no sense. I just feel like her explanation went on and on and on. It got interesting when she decided to throw the title in the trash can. I went, oh, this bitch. And I knew she was going to do it. When she walked out to the ring and they had that camera shot, I was like, she's dumping it in the trash can. She's going to do a Medusa. She's going to do a Medusa. And she did it. She did the Medusa thing. And now there are no women tag team champions at all in the WWE. I hope everyone's happy. Thank you, Sasha and Naomi. Thank you.
There is Marcus.
Because Vince said I never needed this in the first place.
I think WWE has it listed as Roxanne and Bacon.
So anybody can swoop in. Anybody can swoop in.
I think that's what it is. Let me pull that up as we move on. Zion Quinn says he's finally getting what he wants. Is his match against Apollo? No one cared. No one cared.
No one cared.
And then you had, then you had Roderick Strong versus Damon Kemp. This was an all right match between these two.
Yeah, it was really good. And, Damon Kemp, every time I see him, I feel like, again, this guy's the next, not in the I'm not going to make anything and fly out of WWE, but very task-like. And he's probably going to get a really good push because of his blood connections with his brother. And they may become a good tag team even one day. I support everything that happened in this match. And Roddy Strong, this is why you can't get released. Or you should have went out there and you should have sandbagged the motherfucker. You should have sandbagged the Roddy. If you want to get released, you start having bad matches, Roddy. You stop having bad matches. You think Shawn Michaels saw this and was like, well, we need to release Roddy Strong? No, he said, this is why we keep you, Roddy. This is why we keep you. You're going to be unhappy for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, no. You're too good. And I bet you probably were doing horrible, Roddy. I bet you weren't even trying. And you put out a good match, Roddy. You weren't even trying, huh? You weren't. No, I wasn't. Damn it, Roddy. This is why we can't let you go.
So Tony D and his goons take out the Creed boys during this match. But then Roddy still goes for the win before going for help.
Manny.
And then Damon Kemp's still selling the thing, you fucking need me in the face.
Yeah. And then Roddy was like, where were you? That fucking hurt. I was back here. I ran back here right away, which was hilarious to me. Manny, me and you having a match in the ring for, whatever. Sharpened iron, or we're just, whatever Roddy Strong, whatever bullshit he's on right now. We're having a match. Ross and Eric gets jumped in the back. Are you finishing the match, or are you going to go see if they're okay?
Depends. Who attacked them? One. And do I still get to go?
It was Mike.
What, he wheels away?
Jesus, Eddie.
I don't know. I don't know. I might let you. Well, what are you doing first? If we're having this fight, what are you doing first?
Manny, I gotta pick up my win. I gotta go to pay window. I'm sorry.
I was hoping you would go.
Yeah,
and then I was hoping you would go, but then I would make it look like I'm running with you to the back, but then I'd come back in the ring and win by count out, and then come to.
And then you're celebrating. See, you're a decent person. I'm doing the Roddy Strong knee. I'm doing the same move. It was like, all right, now let's go. I picked up the win. I had to prove my point. Let's go. They were already beat up. It was nothing we could do. It's up to the medical staff now. It's up to Davari and Finley and whoever else is back there. And this guy, time Molly Holly. I don't know who's back there these days.
It's always Finley. It's always Finley. Always Finley is around when there's a women's brawl.
Yeah, he's the first guy. Well, I can pull a woman apart, but I feel like they're in God's hands now. We couldn't do anything. Let's finish our damn match. Let's not.
And then we got a bunch of these really bad promos in the back about who's gonna win the Battle Royal later tonight.
Hi, I'm Nikita Lyons, and I'm gonna win the Battle Royal because I'm fast, smart, and I know math. Why are you throwing kicks at the camera? And what are you talking about? Hi. Or hi. I'm damn, I forgot the Australian name. Indy Hartwell. I'm gonna win the Battle Royal because now I'm single and I'm ready to mingle. I feel like these fucking promos were terrible. All of them. All of them. I feel like I was watching Glow or just some bad 1980s porn when they're introducing themselves before a bikini contest. They were terrible. Everyone in the back.
Let's read this.
I'm Tiffany Stratton, and my daddy said I could do anything if I put
she
my
doesn't even
mind
refer
to
to Daddy anymore. She doesn't even refer.
Daddy's gone.
Daddy's dead.
gone. Daddy's dead.
She was afraid. She was afraid Christian was coming.
I believe that she's gonna start singing "Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair." Daddy wasn't there.
J.K. Smith says, "Good morning, good evening. Fuck the Hulk Hogan. Fuck the COVID.
The code. Yes.
A shout out to the England women's national team. I did not know what that was. Defeating Spain.
Yeah, take that, Spain. I don't know. Should I support that? Is the England women's national team good? Because I only know of American soccer and women's soccer.
I mean, with the American
kick ass.
The American team is annoying. I'm not annoying. Wait, the women's national team.
You say what you really feel.
No. I know who annoys me. It's one particular person that annoys me. The American women's national team is probably the best women's national team in the world, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Megan Rapinoe or whatever, however the fuck you say her name, annoys the hell out of me.
That was annoys me. You can see it the way you said Megan Rapinoe or Pino or Pino. No what? It don't matter. You hate her.
As soon as she's out of the game, the bell. Retire, bitch. Retire.
Hey, I don't understand why coaches of women's soccer, why can't we get them to coach the men? Because it seems like they would do better. Because these women say we keep getting more, like it just keeps replenishing itself. We keep getting better and better at soccer for women, but for men, we seem to, we're getting better, but we're not elite after all these years. We haven't been able to buy our way to a World Cup or anything yet.
It takes time though, because soccer in America is never going to be a thing for like just men. It's just not.
It could be. It could be a thing. And they finally outlaw football, or they outlaw American football for causing too many concussions and injuries and just life-altering events. The rise of soccer will begin. The soccer will rise.
Because you really have to start from ground level for you to be good. So like if you just get into it like when you're like in your teens and stuff like that, you've probably not learned the basis of stuff. So you need to start the groundwork at the beginning and then move elsewhere, because football in America isn't good. Like it's not at the level it should be. That's why elite American players end up playing abroad.
Yeah.
In the better leagues, and then they get better. But like, there's not enough of those players yet. There's not enough of those players in America playing abroad to get better at their game.
Yeah, and then most kids want to play basketball or football. It's the truth.
It's the better. It has more money. If you're an American, you're more likely to make more money doing that than you are.
Yeah. Can't believe
it is PSG. But I only bought it for this logo. I bought it for this logo. I did not buy it for this logo. I bought it for this logo.
You did it for Mike.
I did it for Mike.
At the end of the day, you want to be like Mike, who's an absolute asshole. But you know what? I respect it.
This is an asshole to aspire to be, Marcus. It's an asshole to aspire to.
He's a public asshole. He's not a backstabbing asshole. He'll tell you right to his face. Fuck you. I don't care.
Pretty Deadly versus Briggs and Jensen. Makes me sick seeing those titles on those two.
These are your belts, Manny. These are your belts. These are your tag team titles.
If they're still tag team champions next time the NXT tapings come along, I'm going and I'm turning the entire crowd against them. I'm going to start an England chant because I'm getting sick of these USA chants as they carry these belts. I'm getting sick of it.
You guys need to come up with a 3-letter thing or a 3-syllable chant for England. Instead of songs, you got to put hate out there. Maybe this is England or something. I don't know.
This is England. Terrible.
This is England. This is England. Dun, 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 dun. This is England.
You can't wrestle.
Yeah.
You are a soft bitch.
I'm going to say this. I don't know who's worse, Jensen or Brooks. I think it's Jensen. Brooks at least looks like he's throwing haymakers out there that don't connect at all or come close, but at least he's throwing fire when he does it. And Pretty Deadly put hands on what's her name? Phelan. She fell down. She took a bump.
To be fair, Briggs threw him into her.
Yeah. I thought it was I don't want to say it. It was a good match. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. Don't judge me, Manny. Fuck you. Fuck you for judging me. I see it in your eyes.
I didn't mind it. I
enjoyed it.
It's very hard to enjoy this when you see both Briggs and Jensen throw things and then not hit anything.
Yeah, they're terrible. I don't know what they need to do to get better, but they need to work on it as soon as possible. Can they just say if Sean can walk up to him and say, "Can you move slightly to the right when you throw that punch?"
So normally I would have watched NXT yesterday instead of this. Mm-hmm. I watched it today because when I sent you the photo yesterday of me drinking, mm-hmm. that went on all night. So when I came home, I was in no state to watch NXT. So I had to watch both NXT and AEW like it was the Wednesday Night Wars all over again.
Don't I miss those days? I feel like both brands were better back then.
And then I was playing this match. I was at this point, I was playing this match about times 3. And even at times 3, I could see him missing. You speed things up, you should be able to hide things. No.
He misses. So Manny, as you being probably inebriated, intoxicated, or some type of way, as they say on the streets, when Exion came out, did you feel like someone spiked your drink again? When he's walking out with his entrance, like, somebody spiked me.
But I did enjoy. I did actually like the entrance though.
Yeah. I like the mask. I like the mask in the entrance because I can't see how he sees in that thing.
So apparently he's been accused of 2 accounts of fraud or plagiarism.
I'm like, he's going to jail, damn it.
So apparently, according to a tweet from Chelsea Green, this math superhero was pitched by Deonna Purrazzo 4 years ago to NXT. To which Lance Storm came to. Lance Storm came out and said, if you pitch anything to them whilst under contract, you may think it's your intellectual property, but it's not. It's theirs. And then
was Chelsea Green or Deonna Purrazzo going to try to beat this character?
I think Deonna Purrazzo was going to try and beat this character.
Nah. I'm going to say nah. She's better off not doing this. I'm just saying.
And then some other masked wrestler, I think, on the Indies accused him of having a similar look.
Whatever. Every masked wrestler looks the same. Flago does looks like Rey Mysterio on a bad day.
But I've seen quite a lot of A-Kid matches, and he didn't seem to be like A-Kid.
No, it was a completely different wrestler. And I was like, this guy, that's talent right there.
Yeah, the moveset just seemed different.
Yeah. I appreciate the moveset. I appreciate the character. I appreciate the entrance. It was like, that was a nice debut. That's something positive. If anybody has any problem with this, they can go to hell. They can go to hell.
Yeah, and then if he gets released, he can go back to being A-Kid again.
Yeah, and I feel like, well, I don't think you go back to being a kid. I can just go back and being a kid. Well, you're 35.
I'll be an A-man.
A-man. I would go by A-man. A-man. And the crowd
as in, like, man. Or what way would you go, Lulu? Like Jamaican A-man, or just hey man?
I would love for him to go Jamaican A-man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. And it's like, why did he decide to go the Jamaican route? When I was saying you go as a man, I was saying maybe you go religious or something.
Yeah.
No, he went Jamaican. Hey, man. What do you think? What about the cloth? You can put it on the Bobby. What did you say, kid? Why? Why put on the Jamaican accent?
So Joe Gacy reveals with the schism that it is GYV under new names. Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler. These two look like they belong on the list and they shouldn't be allowed near children.
Oh, I don't know. They look like they were cosplaying as Kane and Stevie Richards. And I was like, wait, my main thing is, why did Gibson lose his eye? That was the worst baptism ever. What kind of water are we using? I lost an eye, damn it.
Why did he lose his beard? Why did both of them need to lose their beards?
Yeah. Why did Gacy get keep his beard? Because Gacy has a beard, right?
Yeah.
Gacy has facial hair. I'm not crazy. Why does he get to keep his and they had to shave theirs?
Because he's a lord.
Gibson looks like a penis. Now.
Chris Leclerc says, rest in peace, NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. It's still alive, people. Let me show you something.
It's not. It's dead. It's dead, Manny. It's dead. It's over. It's over. Saying it's still alive, it's like saying that
it's still alive.
Oh shit. I didn't realize Roxanne Perez, tag team partner, was the trainer from We Fit.
Still alive, people. It's still alive.
It's not. It's dead. It's dead. It's never coming back. Vince McMahon got tag team wrestling by the balls right now. I'm killing it all. Unless you're an Uso, it's over. It's over. Tag team wrestling is in the toilet. I'm throwing it all in the trash. Vince has hated tag team wrestling for years, and this is the final. This is the final shutdown. This is the final hit. Although, hopefully, as I said on ETE, which you can watch in syndication and reruns on this channel.
Syndication? You haven't made that. How have you made syndication before everything else?
You can catch a syndication. I said that hopefully this opens the door to return to women's tag team titles in WWE back to the way it should be, where they were wrestling on all brands, the Bayley and Sasha way.
Well, I think also the men's tag team title should be like that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I think give all the titles to the Usos.
Yeah, it should be. Let's be real, it should be. And then before we get to the Battle Royal, Carmelo Hayes returns to the barbershop with Trick. They seem to have upgraded who gets invited to the barbershop.
Yeah, they lost the white guy. They lost the white guy. I don't know what happened.
Glad they lost the white guy. He taught too much.
No, white guy. He should have been there. I miss him. There's always a white guy in the barbershop who talks just as much shit as everybody else. And then you wonder, how is he here? But then you realize,
he's cool
as shit.
No, for safety. As the Dave Chappelle joke goes, somebody got to talk to the police.
And in this barbershop segment, Trick and Mello were talking spicy. They were the A-Champ, and then I forgot what
he talked
Trick
about
said.
Wesley.
He had a good line.
He talked about Wesley and something along that lines of like, I can't even remember the line either.
I can't remember. He had some good lines. That made me laugh.
These two are great together, and I hope if they get called up, they stay together, because these two separated is not going to be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna actually hurt. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Paul Walker Vin Diesel this. It's been a long time. Or I may go Diddy to oh man, I can't remember the song. The night they
I'll
took
be
my
missing
friend.
you.
Yeah. But they're great together.
Would you do the motorcycle when it spins off?
Yeah, I'll absolutely do that. It's kind of hard. I know you would have it smiling down. Damn it, Trick. By the way, it's Trick singing the song.
We get to the 20 women
Keep
battle
Alliance
royal.
on the hook as fake Evans. Fake Evans.
I wouldn't even have a problem with that. I mean, I know
No,
many
that'd be
would,
perfect.
but I would have a problem with it.
Actually, I'm going to get on the phone with Shawn Michaels. I have his personal number. I say, I don't know when we're going to do this, but whenever we break them up, we need to do I'll Be Missing You with Trick and Mello.
No,
hilarious.
Marcus, I know what I want. I know what I want, and it's going to involve two things being combined together.
Ooh.
I want Tony D'Angelo to kill someone off again. And then we do I'll Be Missing You.
Shout out to Two Dimes who just bounced back after being murdered. I saw him alive on NXT. Tony, these guys don't get the job done.
Chris said Roxanne Perez's tag team partner could be Nikita Lyons. Could be. I think if you read Dirt Sheet reports, they're saying that they're very high on these two, and then each of them could be NXT women's champion at some point. I think they're more high on Perez than Lyons at the moment.
Okay.
Because Nikita Lyons had that setback with the knee injury, but who knows?
Manny, are you waiting this week to see Io Shirai show up as Maxine in Maxine Priest?
I don't think it's going to be her. Do you know who I think it's going to be?
I know it's not going to be her, but I think it will break the internet. It will hurt everybody's feelings if Io Shirai is the model. Who you got?
I got Ginny.
Oh yeah, that makes the most sense, right?
She's got recently married to Gunther.
Yeah.
She plays the fashionista on NXT UK. Makes perfect sense. She's still under contract, so it makes perfect sense.
Sorry, it's Io Shirai. It's gonna be Io.
I'll be so mad if it's Io Shirai. Do you know the only reason I'll be so mad? What? Because that entrance theme is banging.
When do you think they're gonna change Io Shirai's name to? Because she's not gonna be Io Shirai, Queen of the Skies, whenever if they do re-sign her, because her contract is coming up.
I don't know. That's a hard one because it's obviously going to be something Japanese, so it's hard to guess.
They're gonna name her after a cat. I think it's gonna be some type of cat because they want a bear cat. They don't have that anymore. She's gonna be some type of cat, some type of feline, Selena Kyle or something.
It's interesting that NXT have 20 women in comparison to the main roster, which is devastating, which is more disturbing than anything.
The sad part is I can't name all 20 women, Manny. I was looking, going like I don't know. I know that's Phelan. That's Paxley.
Mari Miller was in there at some point.
Yeah.
Something James is the teacher lady.
Yeah.
I think I could name quite a few of them. Get up your hands.
Yeah.
And I'll list them.
All right, here we go. The hands.
Nikita Lyons.
Okay. Star of the Best Of show. We never talk about her on that show, but she's always on the cover. Okay.
Yeah, because she brings in the view. The Casey Express.
That's
Tiffany Stratton. Ivy Nile. Paxley. Fallon Henley.
You don't know if that's her correct name, but okay.
That is her name.
I know. The way you said it, though. Fallon Henley. I think I'll get away with this because Marcus doesn't know her name.
Bird Lady and Friend.
10. That's 10. I give you Bird Lady and Friend because if you would have said any man name, it was like, oh, it's the Bird Lady. Oh, okay.
Who else was in it? How could I only know 10?
Oh, come on. There's one that's a given. There's like two givens.
Zoe Stark. Kiana James, who's a teacher lady. So that's
Wait, you already said the teacher lady. Lady.
No. I didn't say the teacher lady.
Okay.
So we're up to 12.
Yeah, you're missing some of the obvious ones. Get out of here. Get out of here, Chris. Don't help him.
So yeah, Cora Jade, but I got help with that one. Obvious one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who won the damn thing, Manny?
I said Zoe Stark.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Did you? Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I got what? How many?
13.
Ah, that's good. Wait, I know the other one. That Sloan lady, the redhead, Alba Fire, Lash Legend.
Ding! Come on, you're missing another one.
I give up. I give up.
All right. You end with 15, Manny. We're going to end it here. You missed Wendy Chu.
Oh!
And that's where I die. I die at Wendy Chu. I had no. Oh, Indy Hartwell? Did you name her?
Yeah.
Okay,
I can't.
yeah,
that was. Yeah, I'm out now. I said her name before I got there. Amari Miller. Oh, well. Yeah, so we learned that the QR code lady, the QR code thing was supposed to be the young vet, Zoe Stark. She returns. Did you see Tatum Paxley pick up Nikita Lyons like she weighed nothing?
Yes. Yeah.
That girl's strong.
She's strong. So what's the thing with her and Ivy now? Is this like a Diamond Mine thing? Is this a side project or what's going on with this?
I think it's a side thing because I think when Bivens was there, he wanted Paxley to be in the Diamond Mine when they had that tournament, the tag team women's tag team tournament, and then they broke up after the first match, and then
Manny, I have another
case. Who's the other woman?
The earner, the one who won the port to the Duck. Your favorite wrestler, Electric Lopez.
That's how forgettable she is.
She's making the money for her, all right? She's making the money.
And so what else? What happened in that? Then the Casey Express started going at Paxley, and then Ivy now came to her defense.
Yeah. And then what? Didn't she eliminate herself? She jumped over the top rope.
Yeah, she jumped to save. She jumped to save her.
She could have jumped to the middle rope. Stupid.
So it ends with Tiffany Stratton getting eliminated by Zoe Stark, and we all think that she won the Battle Royal. At least we thought so, because Cora Jade, who ran away at the beginning, tried to sneak back, but then gets eliminated.
Who does the most athletic jump over the top rope I've ever seen? She went up, and she still went up. It was like, oh shit, and it fell. Oh, I'm so sick of I'm gonna be in the Battle Royal and then disappear kind of act in the middle of it. I did like that everybody hated her for throwing away that tag team title. This fucking bitch.
I mean, Roman Reigns did it the best.
Yeah.
Oh, Santino's daughter was in this.
She was in it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, that counts. Ding! No Rock's daughter, right?
No. Okay. So I think in the end, we ended up with like 17.
Yep. There's probably two missing that we're going to be like, oh, yeah.
But NXT
got there, though.
Yeah, NXT was fine. Like,
entertaining. It's still the cartoon I needed to be. It's still the most controversial wrestling show on a weekly basis, in which you got titles going to trash cans, controversial name changes, gimmicks, gimmicks. It's fun. I enjoy it for all of what it is.
So yeah, I think of this week it was NXT for me, and if you don't like that, that's your fault.
Yeah. By the way, after watching AEW, I am Cameron Grimes after losing his match earlier on. Leave me alone. This ain't the time. This ain't the time. I tell you, it ain't the time. It ain't the time. Okay. It ain't the time. Like you can just see it just going from it ain't the time right now, man. To it ain't the time. It ain't the time. Leave me alone. Hopefully he joins the schism and they change his life. And they
I don't want that because then they're going to change him up, and I don't think he needs changing up.
Yeah, you know. Ain't the time.
So that was the end of this week. Actually, I need to talk about what Kevin Nash said. So he doesn't like that NXT is like essentially like a spot fest, and he wants people to slow down. And he had the conversation with Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels told him, "Well, that's the style now. You're just gonna have to accept it." So he doesn't have the big guys. So when he does seminars there, he has the big guys work in a big guy way. And on his podcast, apparently he was instead of calling him the big giant Omos, he kept calling him Amos. And Kevin Nash's favorite moment of NXT is when they go into little box action and they slow down because they know no one's really watching.
He's so petty. But I also agree. I wish wrestlers would slow down more and just sell, take their time.
It's not even about selling. I was like, you don't need every match does not need to go 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Like you can have a few to turn up the tempo of a show, but like you don't need all of them being like that. Then it's just like, oh, this is all the same.
Yeah, I think that if you mix it up, like you said, if you had a slower match and then a fast match, like if I were to go into, I'm going to do an example of AEW right now, to Darby Allin versus Brody King, be my fast match, be my hot match for people going all crazy and they're going back and forth. Slow match, probably be something running like let me throw FTR out there.
Yeah,
let me throw FTR out there and slow it down, or in that vein. But you know, I do wish more. I wish there was more diversity. That's what Black and Gold had everybody beat. I feel like when you watch a Black and Gold show, you never got one of the same matches. I feel like they mixed it up. Like you would go with, let's say if it was Grimes and A-Kid or something. I'm just making up Black and Gold. These guys weren't on Black and Gold stuff for Grimes. And then you'll probably go into Thatcher versus, I don't know, Andre Chase or something. Then slow it down.
Yeah, but I feel like Cameron Grimes is that style where he can do both, where he can wrestle a slow match and then pick up the tempo.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Chase U seemingly got Andre Chase ass whooped. He wasn't on this bus, Manny. He wasn't on this bus. And they got right in front of Fabian Eichner. He could not drive out of this place. He's going to whoop one of their asses. And it's going to be Brody and the 18-year-old high school kid and those other people who parked in front of him fall.
You know what? I feel like I want to beat up that 18-year-old. She's too happy, Marcus. She's too happy.
Let her enjoy her life. She's 18 and optimistic. No. Wait till she turns 21 and she sees the dark side of the world where it really is, and none of your hopes and dreams can come true, and you have a dead-end job, and you're going to be like, maybe today's the day it rains. Maybe it's
when I was a manager, I used to crush the children's dreams when they worked in my store because they need to know from an early age it ain't all rainbows and ice cream.
Enjoy your ice cream now. You know what? I'm gonna tell you a secret about that ice cream. It's probably gonna give you diabetes. That's the manager.
Yeah, so I would ruin their, crush their dreams.
Your dog dies, and then your parents dies, and then you lose a family member. That's life. And then you got bills to pay. You can't afford those bills. We're not paying you enough. That's Manny the manager.
Yeah, you're a real arsehole. So before we go out, I saw a very interesting question on the Twitters earlier.
Ooh.
It had an image of Dax, it had an image of Montez Ford and Jey Uso. And the question was, of these three tag teams, who would benefit more or be more successful in a singles run?
I'm going to say Montez. I love Dax. Dax is great. I have nothing against that, but I think Montez would be the better singles run. It's depending on the brand, to be honest. If it's an indie show or a smaller wrestling show, I got Dax number one. But if it's WWE, the big bright lights, Montez, that's kind of where I would go with that.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Who's the other one? Jey Uso. Jey Uso should never break up with his brother.
I was thinking the same, but I did enjoy Jey Uso's main event run. That was a really good run. It was a really good run.
It was good. It was good. Him and Roman probably had one of the top feuds of the year that year. It was great.
It won't. Maybe it won't work in the live crowd era, but it definitely worked in the Thunderdome era, where you could tell better stories and everything, because that was more about storytelling. The Thunderdome era, because there was no reaction. Yeah, you had to bring the drama, and Roman and Jay did. But I think you definitely have to go with Montez Ford, because there's definitely a charisma aspect there, and people will be all behind it. But I'd still say Dax would have a good run.
Dax would be great. You give
because Dax could have a great run in AEW as a singles. He could.
I think Dax, and people may say, "What?" I think Dax should be the NWA champion of the world.
I agree.
He would be a perfect NWA champion. Just saying.
Oh, by the way, I think I think FTR are going to become 8-star, because I heard somewhere that what was it? The NWA are bringing back the United States Tag Team Championships or something.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not up to date on that. Maybe, but Manny, I believe after our episode of ETE, I think Billy Corgan watched our episode yesterday. I mean, of the 19 people that probably seen this episode, Billy Corgan was one of them, and he agreed with us that Nick Aldis should not be the number one contender for the NWA title. And apparently he was stripped of that spot after winning a tournament, and they gave it to Tyrus, which is Brodus Clay, for no reason. I disagree.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah! I disagree who he had Nick Aldis replaced with.
I disagree. Anything but Nick Aldis is my standpoint now.
Manny's alternate podcast, anything but Nick Aldis, the podcast. 10 reasons why Nick Aldis would put me asleep. 10 reasons why Nick Aldis shouldn't be champion. Fuck. I
tell you what, Marcus. Nick Aldis should be in the Eternals. That's how. That man is so boring.
He's so fucked up. He's a national treasure, Manny.
No, he ain't.
He's a national treasure.
No one. If I went outside now and asked 100 people, do you know who Nick Aldis is?
Well, man, God, hold on. Let's be fair. If you walked outside right now, you asked 100 people, do you know who John Moxley is? Would they be able to say it? Or maybe even Roman Reigns? I doubt it.
I think so.
I think a random 100 people, you would not be able to get one of those guys.
I feel like if you surveyed 100 people, more people would know who John Moxley is than Nick Aldis.
Oh yeah, of course. He was Dean Ambrose, for Christ's sake. More people in the UK would know who Brutus Magnus is over Nick Aldis.
No, they wouldn't. No one knows who Nick Aldis is. No one.
I went to Nick Aldis' house for dinner one day, and Mickey James forgot who he was too.
He barely wrestles in the UK. How can he call himself a national treasure when he barely wrestles in the UK?
Oh man, you ready? Yeah, if you ask 100 people in the UK, he named me this person. He's gonna hold a picture. I'll give you $100 if you can tell me who this is. Fucking clue. Is that Jude Law? No, it's not Jude Law. It's not Jude Law. Fuck is this guy?
You're terrible. Every time I tune into ETE, Jamal always has something positive to say about Nick Aldis.
He's on your side, Manny. He's on your side.
Every time.
In agreement on Nick Aldis.
Every time I hover over that dislike button. And I don't like disliking our own product, but because it's Nick Aldis, I feel like I should.
By the way, we were also in agreement that we are in the darkest timeline right now, in which Liv Morgan is champion, Nick Aldis is about to become champion.
I heard that bit.
And we're like, and the only way it could get worse if Goto will win the IWGP title for me, and we go like, this is the darkest timeline for champion.
Yeah, but what if we were to include Eric in that? What would that mean? I don't know who Eric hates more.
Ooh, that is a good question. Who's Eric's it's the darkest timeline? Yeah, be Kane maybe.
I think we need to ask that question on Saturday.
Yeah,
which hopefully won't get blocked in the UK again.
Banned in the US. Banned in the United. That doesn't work. You guys get 3 syllables so we can.
I hope one day we get so famous. We get all the followers, and I want someone to be like, "Did you see the Lost episode in the UK? This one got banned," and then it's like, "This wasn't even good." 14 people watched it, maybe.
I would love to get famous and get Nick Aldis on the show and have this confrontation between you and him, and then Manny goes to sleep halfway through the interview.
What, like this?
What was that, Nick?
Like this, I turn the chair sideways.
Yeah. Manny, do you have any questions for Nick Aldis? None.
Who?
The NWA champion. Yeah. I have one question, Nick. I have one question. Do you really think you're interesting?
Nick, tell me more about your life. What do you do that's interesting? Can you captivate an audience?
Yeah, Nick, I'm taking the Nick Aldis challenge. Yesterday, I took a Xanax and I fell asleep 2 hours into the Xanax. Nick Aldis, if you can beat that in a 2-hour interview, you beat the Nick Aldis challenge.
Oh my God, a 2-hour interview with Nick Aldis. Oh my God. I'd rather watch Morbius again.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Nick Aldis, if Manny meets Nick Aldis, it'd be like, he's a really nice guy, right? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I was hanging out with Nick Aldis last week. Met a pub. He had some words to say to me. I said my argument. He see me beat it. Really nice guy.
He probably is a nice guy. He's just incredibly boring. National treasure, my ass.
Oh man, this show should have ended like 20 minutes ago. But
yeah, you don't bring up Nick Aldis. You don't know what temperament I may be in. Like, you started the show wanting to rant on AEW more and wrestling fans. You brought up Nick Aldis. You brought up in a rage. It was supposed to get cooler. Marcus, we left Tuesday with me saying, "Oh, it's raining," and you said, "Oh, I'll let you go enjoy the rain." It lasted for a minute. And it was hot rain. Not like hot rain.
Not like hot rain. Oh, that's gross. Gross. It's the devil's piss. Hot rain.
And then yesterday, when we were moving between pubs, it rained for about 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. Still hot. It's still hot, Marcus. It's still hot.
Hot rain is like Nick Aldis. Just unlikable.
And on that note, like the video and subscribe. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow with Roy's Retro. And if you haven't, go watch the Best Of show. It's highly entertaining.
Yes, it is. It has Nikita Lyons on the cover, so it got to be good. And
eating a banana. And everyone in this video looks bad. At some point in this video, either Marcus looks bad, I look bad, Eric looks bad with segments.
I mean, he leaves a segment.
So yeah, tune into that, and then tune into us on Saturday, where we all combine like a really bad Megazord on Saturday.
Like a crippled Voltron. Voltron with bad knees and no hair. We come together and we waste everyone's time.
On Saturday we waste everyone's time, and that is the reason for the show. But just remember, that show used to be 3 hours long.
Now the Untitled Manny and Marcus show is longer.
No, it ain't. Not always.
We're doing 1 hour and 20 minutes of this show, and
no.
Most of it
so technically, we're making up for the extra 20 minutes we cut off on Tuesday's show.
Oh, reserve minutes. I didn't realize we had extra time.
So on that note, we'll be back.
I love We need to get a referee with extra time to come up whenever we're having these runoff conversations where you just put up the image of them.
I really wish I could afford one of those. Those seem really expensive.
No, I'm not saying we got a real side. I'm just talking about you steal one of these images and just put a referee up there going like this.
Yeah. I'll have a graphic made up on for Saturday. So yeah, we'll be back. Stay tuned to the channel. We've got loads of stuff coming out. Peace.